So imagine waking up every day and seeing headlines about your mission in life, right? Like how rappers and stars and stuff feel. You know what I'm saying? All types of famous people, they see their mission in the headlines all the time.
Just a sec.
How do you think that would make you feel? So every day I wake up here recently, praise to the Most High. Shout out to Tory Lanez for such a magnanimous hit. Right? Wake up every day and seeing headlines about a tiny voice in the wilderness guiding a discussion that has been propelled into a worldwide discussion and then actually pragmatically implemented into the society, one institution at a time. It started with the universities, then 2 cities, now California. And anybody who understands politics knows that so goes California, so goes the nation. California is the financial hub for the nation. So when they institute things, the rest of the nation takes note and they say, hey, maybe they got an idea. So feast your ears on this.
This week, California made history.
Okay, so I know you can hear it, but once again, I cannot. So I hate when this happens.
On Wednesday, Governor Gavin Newsom signed a first-of-its-kind law forming a task force to study the state's role in slavery and make recommendations for reparations. California joined the Union as a free state in 1850, but still had a history of slavery until the 13th Amendment in 1865. The bill's author, California Assemblywoman Shirley Weber, joins us now. Thank you so much for your time, Assemblywoman.
Thank you for the invitation.
So you hope
It's the Queen. We're about to start crowning these black women who are leading the way for reparations. We're about to start handing out crowns. You understand? So, it's got to happen. We got to start producing crowns. So, and we got to start handing them out. You understand me? I think you do. And so, that's the next step. Because in the prophecy, it clearly states that what we gonna do is hand our crowns over to Praise to the Most High. You understand that? We're gonna hand our crowns over to that brother or that father, actually. You see. So I'm gonna look that up next. First thing I'm gonna do after this video is look up who produces crowns.
I hope that this bill will inspire national action. How long have you been fighting for this? And walk us through what you hope will happen next.
Well, I think what we've been fighting for, as you probably looked at the record, there's been 30 or 40 years in which every year someone from the Congressional Black Caucus introduced a reparations bill, and it's never gotten very far. And so we wanted to basically call for a commission that would begin the study of reparations in California. The bill calls for the establishment of a commission of 9 individuals. The governor will appoint 5, and the president pro tem and the speaker will appoint 2, and each. And so we will have 9 persons who will be from their various backgrounds and academic backgrounds as well, who will be looking into the impact of California's slavery in California and its impact today, not only what took place then, but also more importantly, what impact it continues to have on California, on the economic and educational life of African Americans in the state of California.
So many might remember that in July, Asheville, North Carolina approved a reparations resolution. Now, instead of direct cash, the city plans to make investments in areas where black residents face disparities. Is that something that you would consider an option for California, or is the bottom line that you're hoping that this law will spur the state of California to directly pay descendants of slaves?
Well, you know, I don't know if there could be a direct payment to the descendants of slaves with regards to the number of years that have been passed, but that is surely something that people can consider. We have not taken any option off the table because we don't want a fast response to it to say, okay, we'll give everybody $30,000 and then we're done without actually realizing that the problem may be much deeper than that. We want to basically do a complete and clear assessment of the damage done and come up with solutions that would have an impact on people's lives and that would change their lives.
Listen, Queen, $30,000 will impact my life. Hand it to me and watch how my life changes. Okay, that's all I wanted to say. Much respect to you.
And their children's lives, so that we can actually try to level the playing field. So I doubt if it'll be a quick fix, like a couple $1,000s, but we hope that it will.
Okay, so see, $30,000 is not a couple $1,000. Much respect to you.
Be a comprehensive study that will make some really good and deep recommendations about how we change California.
And what's your response to critics of this bill who say that the national government, not states, should be responsible for reparations?
They're absolutely correct. The federal government should be responsible and should be, but it's not. And oftentimes, California leads the way. I mean, we've often waited for a number of things, whether it's dealing with issues of law enforcement and federal policies, and they have not come. We realize in California we can probably do things a little faster, and we believe that given the size of California, we're not just some little itty-bitty state. We're the 5th largest economy in the world. And so we've waited long enough for the federal government that is so, in many ways, very different, as we know, to bring the kind of change that's necessary. So California plans to lead the way in this and not be in the back seat, but hopefully in the driver's seat to help others succeed of what is possible as a result of California's efforts.
Of course, as you would know, there was an original promise of 40 acres and a mule. Why do you think that national movements to make amends for slavery have repeatedly failed over the years? And does this year's so-called racial reckoning our country is going through give you hope that now is the right time for this conversation and beyond the talking for the doing?
Okay, so first of all, what's your name? Miss Lovely Princess there. Hope we buried hope a long time ago. Okay, there is no hope in the system. There's no hope. We told you this, and we showed you this. You guys, guided by the media, teach everyone that we have no hope, and you prove it with the steering and the of you teaching the masses to treat black people like crap forever. So I'm gonna need you to stand up to your boss and change the script impromptu while you're reading the teleprompter. And I'm going to need you to let the people know that there is no hope without the Most High. The Most High is your only hope. It's up to the Most High to put into the minds of the people, preferably black people, to hold accountable their government for inheriting a debt that must be paid. So we need the media's help to do that. So we try to reach out to influencers, notable black influencers like Jay-Z and Puff Daddy, who recently repented, and others, Meek Mill, and so many others. I'm just naming just a few. But a lot of hip hop artists take it upon themselves to get into the fight with us. You understand? So I suppose you have to be famous in order to get on these programs. You understand? That's why little people react to the programs that these others are on. You see? And if you're a part of the system, like the Queen is, who stands there in the trenches fighting for her people, well, then that is to be crowned. You must have a crown. And, I slightly disagree with her direct payment statements. And she went from 30,000 to a couple of thousand. But the fact is that the work is getting done. So it takes a lot of negotiations to make these things happen. So we don't need you to be instilling false hope in people. We need you to be redirecting hope to the Most High, who encourages people to make these things happen. You see?
Well, we hope so. We hope that those who are serious about it stay focused on it, and that they recognize what has been done. The 40 acres and a mule. Someone says if you basically added it up and multiplied and figured out over the years, would be a huge settlement for African Americans or anyone. And we didn't get it, but it was interesting that they recognized the fact that simply freeing from slavery did not necessarily give them an equal footing or even an opportunity to get on an equal footing, because they didn't own land, and they didn't, even if they had land, they didn't have a way of working that land. There are those who still believe that they don't owe us anything, that we have had equal opportunity, that we can basically move forward and make a difference. And it's interesting because no other group that has been misused by the United States has ever been treated in that manner. And so that too is a part of the legacy of asking ourselves the question, why is it that we've never felt that we needed to do something in terms of reparations for African Americans who suffered the worst kind of discrimination in this country. And we've never felt a sense of obligation at the federal level that we needed to atone for the sins of our fathers and even of ourselves. And so that in itself addresses the issue, and it feeds into what is happening in the streets right now. People ask the question, how could somebody do this to George Floyd like that for almost 9 minutes? You have to look at the history of this country and its relationship to African Americans and how it has never really taken full responsibility for slavery, never believed that it was a horrible thing that we did, and even after it's over, never realized that their fathers and their forefathers benefited from slavery, and to this day still own the land and the resources that they amassed from slavery. So it is hopefully this will be an educational piece as well for the public to understand of just how deep and powerful the institution of slavery was in this country, and how it still affects people today in terms of their privilege or lack of privilege in the society.
Assemblywoman Shirley Weber, we thank you for the history lesson for the.
So we see she gets it. That's why she's the queen. Now, you got a lot of nuances in that summation, right? Wherein the masses don't get it. That's why she needs to develop educational pieces for the masses in order to educate them on their ignorance, right? So I saw a lady get educated in real time the other day, wherein she banged on her not being responsible for this, and someone had educated her on her responsibility in this, and she became a proponent of reparations. I think it was, matter of fact, it was the greatest comedian of all time, Dave Chappelle. We witnessed him get heckled, and he took that time to never heckle a comedian. Okay, that's for one. For two, he took that time to educate her on the summation that she gave. And after the show, she came backstage with her best friend and requested to speak to Dave Chappelle. And he allowed her to speak to him. And he converted her to a freedom fighter, basically. So I think that was amazing. You know, comedians are true geniuses in their own right, and Dave Chappelle being one of the more exceptional geniuses because of how he has always been a part of social awareness and social education on the relationship between whites and blacks. And he says it in a comedic light in order to make it palatable, you understand, for people to learn. You know, people don't like harsh learning. People don't like disrespectful learning. And Dave Chappelle is the opposite of disrespectful. And comedy in general is kind of structured that way, where their intent is not to disrespect people, but to make them laugh and learn the information that the comedian has. So there's another brother that does that. Cat Williams. So he's just a similar type of individual as Dave Chappelle, wherein he is very socially aware. He's from California, grew up in California, And I wouldn't be surprised if he was part of the process backstage. You understand? But yeah, that's great. So I'm gonna find out
Education
who makes crowns.
and for your time tonight.
Well, thank you. We look forward to the results and sharing the results with the world so people can really understand the impact of slavery on the lives of African Americans. And I'm excited about that.
We'll stay tuned.
Thank you. Thank you. Have a good evening.
Hi, everyone. George Stephanopoulos here.
Stay tuned, like a harmonica. You understand? So let's figure out who makes crowns. Crown manufacturer. I spelled it right, but they spelled it wrong. So I have to look it up the way that they spelled it. Crown Precision Manufacturing, Crown Manufacturing Company, Tennessee. Okay. Let's see if they talking about what they talking about. Find out what they talking about. Large scale contract embroidery. I don't need embroideries. I need an actual crown. I'm going to be sending these crowns to these champion kings and queens. Oh, yes, I will. Crown Equipment Corporation, material handling, crownbrush.com, Crown Manufacturing, Crown Plastics. No. Let's try gold crown. How about that? Gold crown. Food company. Not exactly what I'm looking for. Oh, Gold Crown Dental. That makes sense. I'm trying to got Gold Crown Management Company. Maybe we're supposed to wear Gold Crown Dentals and then give our gold grills to the Most High when He returns. And we're going to give our crowns to the Most High. As in, we're going to give our grills to the Most High. Maybe that's how the prophecy should be interpreted. Gold Crown Management, specializing in professional HOA. That's not what I'm looking for. Nice, that's a nice looking buildings you got there, and decor with the palm trees and all that stuff though. Full cast gold crowns, full cast restorations, dental labs. Okay. Let's look up Gold Crown. Then let's look up images. Right. See? Now let's find somebody who makes them. Baruch Gold Crown Wedding. Okay. AliExpress. Francis Crown, King Gold Crown, Etsy. Let's try some of these locations here. Walmart. Princess Gold Crown Cake Topper. Interesting. But Walmart, well, all of these are merchants and not producers. Olin Jeffrey Red Black Gold Crown. Let's check that out. Alibaba European and American Gold Crown. Okay, let's check it out. I really don't like Asian sources because of uh, how it affects the dollar. But Party City. Look at that crown right there. Ain't that something? King Gold Crown sunglasses. Haha, that's pretty cool. Our Ruby Lazario Soho, uh, Evil Queen style gold crown on eBay. Hmm. Mm, hmm Oh, you know what? I forgot about something. Solid 18 karat gold crown diamond something. Okay. Metal metallurgy. Okay, so metal um manufacturers. Let's try that. Let's try that. Let's try that, right? And then let's go to all. Cause we got these laser boys, yeah, custom laser cut metal parts. You know what I'm saying? So these laser men, they got these fancy situations. Metal fabricator, no website. Hmm. Sounds like a secret. Hmm. Interesting. Excuse me. Custom metal manufacturing. Top metal manufacturing. Okay. Let's go here. Oh, you don't want to tell me, huh? Okay. That's not a problem. Let's go to the next one. Okay. Snake crown. Who can read that fast, brother? Okay, so Jeffrey Red Black Gold Crown. $75. Constantino Blue. Oh, nobody can read that fast, man. Okay, so let's take a look in here. Jeffrey Red Black Gold Crown. Fantastic hair accessories for theater production, parties, proms, and other occasions. Okay, all right. Now, do you create these in real metal? Because the actual metal is going to be silver. There's no choice but to be silver because we don't want to undermine the Most High's glory. And these jewels here look pretty decent. Look pretty decent. Alina Grin, exclusive jewelry. Okay, so that's what I'm saying. This should be, if they make jewelry, do they make jewelry? Let me ask them. Do you make jewelry? Ola Grin, Ukrainian entrepreneur, designer, and creator of the highest quality, most exclusive luxury handmade crowns and accessories. Yes, you make jewelry. Great. Okay, I love making bright, fashion, sophisticated jewelry with exquisite, feminine. We got a lot of jewelry manufacturers in the Israelite community. Where them boys at? What's that man name? Don't worry, I'm gonna keep this bookmarked. Check that out just in case, because the Israelites, they don't like to do things for their community. You understand? Tiny Hoshin necklace, the gold plating, Israel blessing. Is that the man name? No, I don't know. That ain't him. Hebrew Israelite jewelry. Okay, let's try that. Black owned shops. Here we go. Black owned shops. Okay. Let's check that out for a second. And then let's go here to European and American Gold Crown. Okay. European and American Gold Crown Bride. Round, full, circle crown headdress. Performs tiara crown. These are already pre-made. And they only cost $7, which means that these are made of plastic. I'm gonna forego that at the moment and imagine that I didn't just see that. Oh, you want to keep the black-owned shop secret, huh? It's pretty interesting. So let's go back and let's go, Hebrew Israelite jewelry. Pretty interesting. This page isn't working. That makes sense. Makes sense. Now, forget the name of that Israelite jewelry maker. Kam Yashala, Hebrew Israelite jewelry. Okay, that sounds more like it. Let's go here. I'm gonna hunt you guys down. Hebrew Israelite 12 tribes. Israel breastplate pendant necklace. Beautiful, beautiful. Tribe of Judah necklace. I don't need that right now. Okay. Israelite tribe of Judah necklace for men, women, child. 12 tribes of Israel rising. Let's find out if I can talk to this guy. I want to buy that right this moment. I want to talk to somebody who makes jewelry. Okay. Yep. Okay. There it is. Brand Talia. I think it could be him. It might be him. Let's check it out. See. Talia. No, doesn't look like this is not the guy for certain. But I got an idea of how to make these things happen. I survived the toilet paper crisis of 2020. Ain't that something? Okay. How you talk to these people? Okay, here we go. See, Talia. Department, brand, seller. Okay. Oops. That just took me to the same page. Okay. Well, I'll figure that out on another episode on my own time. Right now, kind of wasting time. But that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna find a crown jewelry producer, and we're going to fashion together crowns. Why did I say that? Why am I talking about that? Let me pull up my sword. Let me unsheath my sword and show you that crown. Crown feet. How about that? That might find information that I'll see after. The crown of pride, the drunkards of Ephraim, shall be trodden under feet. No. That already happened. And there appeared a great wonder in heaven, a woman clothed with the sun, and the moon under her feet, and upon her head a crown of 12 stars. Not what I'm looking for. Let's say crowns feet. How about that? Let's try that. Shall we? Oh, nothing showed up. Interesting. Crowns? Let's just look up crowns. Let's try that. Okay, 9 verses. Okay, in the Western World, two main Sabians, from the wilderness. Okay, Sabians are Ethiopians. Okay. If I'm not mistaken, which put bracelets upon their hands and beautiful crowns upon their heads. Okay. Then take silver and gold and make crowns and set them upon the head of Yeshua, the son of Yesedek, the high priest. And the crown shall be to Helam. Round about the heads crowns of gold, and round about the throne were 24 seats, 24 seats, and upon the seats I saw 24 elders sitting, 24 elders. In heaven? Where did they come from? I thought the Most High was just a lonely old man. I mean, he has company, clothed in white raiment, and they had on their heads crowns of gold. The 24 elders fall down before him that sat on the throne and worship him that lives forever and ever, and cast their crowns before the throne. That's what I was looking for. See? The 24 elders, who are way more magnanimous than yourself, cast their crowns before his throne, the throne of Jesus, saying, what did they say? You are worthy, O landlord, to receive glory and honor and power, for you have created all things, and for your pleasure they are and were created. Okay, so we were created for the pleasure of Jesus. And the shapes of the locusts were like unto horses, prepared unto battle, and crowns like gold, and their faces were as the faces of men, crowns upon their heads, his head. And there appeared another wonder in heaven, and behold, a great red dragon, having 7 heads and 10 horns, and 7 crowns upon his head. Similar to the wicked crowns that I saw earlier. And I stood upon the sand of the sea, saw the beast rise of the sea, the crowns, the crown 10 horns, the crown 10 crowns, and upon his head is the name of blasphemy of the Holy Spirit. His eyes were as a flame of fire, and on his head were many crowns. Many crowns on his head. Wow. And on his head were many crowns on one head. And he had a name written that no man knew but himself. Yeah. He's the only one that knew his name. And he was clothed with a vesture dipped in blood. And his name is called the Word of Power, the true speech of power, the true speech of life. The true speech of eternal life. Okay, so that's about all I want to go over right at this moment. So later on, I'll be interviewing a descendant of an abolitionist, because I think it may be important to include abolitionists into reparations payment plan, because their ancestors eroded their livelihood and lifestyle by fighting for the abolition of slavery and the tyrannical governing that took place in those times. You understand? So America was clearly founded by criminals, and we have now matured into a civilized type of society, relatively speaking. But the reparations implementations are dramatic healing of the historically oppressed. And of course, the white populace thinks that we just popped out of thin air. You understand? And that we deserved every moment of torture that we experienced. Well, we seem to disagree over here at blackredeem.me, blackredeem.com. We wholeheartedly disagree. And so we are interested in assisting in the reparation cause. So that's that. And stay tuned like a harmonica in order to view our exclusive interview with a descendant of abolitionists. It's either going to happen today or Tuesday. Not too sure. Stay in tune like a harmonica. Shalom.